Alright, at the time of this recording, we're coming close to 200,000 cases of the virus with almost 8,000 deaths. It's a very scary time, and I know the media is making it even more scarier just for no reason. It's what they do. There was an article written just today saying that millions in Iran could die from the virus. Another article said about 3 billion people will be infected. Not might be, but will be infected. But they're not sharing the other side of this, the more positive side of this. For instance, China, which is a country that was hit the most, well, they are actually returning back to, normal life. The outbreak has drastically slowed down. They've actually been building a ton of temporary hospitals to help house all of those infected, but they no longer need it. With all of that being said, some celebrities have been hit with the virus, so I thought, you know what, I would make this video. And if you guys notice, I'm trying very hard not to call the virus by its two common names right now, and that's because YouTube is, for some reason, they're filtering out videos, demonetizing videos that even have the word in it, or if I'm talking about the word, this video is just gonna get shut down. But even with my attempt to avoid saying the proper words of the virus, it's most likely this video won't get monetized, but I wanted to make it anyways. And if you guys feel like you have symptoms, there are links down below. I believe YouTube is giving you guys a custom link of your local area. So first thing you should do though is make sure you are self-isolating yourselves to keep others safe. It's not to keep yourself safe, but keep others safe, especially the elder and the young, young babies who are very vulnerable. And also don't stock up on toilet paper and hand sanitizer because we need everyone washing their hands, not just you. Well, what's happening, you guys? I'm your host for this one, Landon Dalton, and let me know where you guys live and how are you guys affected by the virus. Let me know in the comment section below because I'm really curious. Alright, let's jump right into this video. This is the top 10 celebrities who have been infected by the virus. Starting off at number 10, we have the first NBA player to have it. This right here is Rudy Gobert. He didn't take this virus thing seriously at all. He was seen at a press conference where he decided to just touch all the microphones and the water bottles and the table. He was joking about the virus. I'm not sure what kind of message he was trying to send people, but that might have been the moment he contracted the virus. Also in the locker room, he decided to act childish and touch everything, touch everyone. Rudy Gobert tested positive for the virus and he was put into isolation right away. Around this time, the NBA was preparing to play out the rest of the NBA season with no fans in attendance. LeBron James, aka my hero, well, he was the first to speak about this, and he said that he wouldn't play unless there was fans. He does this just for the fans, and you guys know he's my hero. I'm his biggest fan, but I was a bit upset at him for this statement because it's not about playing for the fans right now. It's bigger than basketball. It's about trying to contain the virus and to keep yourself and your family safe. But instead of continuing the NBA without fans, the NBA was actually quickly canceled, so all NBA games is postponed till further notice, and there's a chance that the NBA could be canceled for the rest of the season, in which I'm not sure what the protocol for that is. I think the NHL is, if a season is canceled, the team with the best record at the time wins the cup or wins the NBA title, and right now the winner would go to the Milwaukee Bucks. Number 9, we have to talk about Rudy Gobert's teammate, who was very upset at the situation because he was tested positive for the virus, probably because of Gobert. And we're talking about this guy right here, the young superstar Donovan Mitchell. He made a video talking about it and he actually looks super upset.
What's up, everybody? Donovan Mitchell here. Just want to say thank you guys so much for your continued support, man. It means a lot to me. I feel fine. Things are going well. I'm just taking the proper precautions. As was told to me by the health authorities, I got to stay in isolation. So I'm solo in here, playing video games all day, and can't wait to get back out there on the floor, man, play in front of the best fans in the world. Really miss playing in front of you guys, and I'll see you guys soon.
Mitchell has admitted he's using this time to cool off, and if the season does start, I don't know what the dynamics is going to be between Rudy Gobert and himself. Maybe he's going to request a trade in which the trade deadline is over, but next season, who knows. Number 8, we have Justin Trudeau's wife. We're talking about the Prime Minister of Canada. Well, his wife tested positive for the virus. Somehow Justin Trudeau didn't get the virus, but he still put himself in self-isolation, and he's working from home, which is kind of weird to say. the Prime Minister of Canada is working from home. He can make policy changes in his boxers with a bowl of cereal, but you know what actually makes him sound more human. Sophia is currently still in a 14-day minimum isolation after she came down with a mild flu-like symptoms. Right now, there's only 424 cases in Canada, so for the Prime Minister's wife to have the virus, it's just horrible luck at this time. Number 7, we have one of the most recent celebrities to announce that they got the virus, and we're talking about the Game of Thrones actor, Kristofer Hivju. He posted this picture onto Instagram, and he said this: "Greetings from Norway. Sorry to say that I today have tested positive for the virus. My family and I are in self-isolation at home for as long as it takes. We are in good health, and I only have mild symptoms of the cold." And then he went on to say people should be washing their hands more and keeping about a 1.5 meter distance from others during this time. Alright, number 6, let's talk about him. Let's talk about him and his wife. Let's talk about Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, who was the first biggest A-listed celebrities to be tested positive for the virus. He was actually down under, down in Australia shooting a movie. He was shooting a movie when he was feeling sick, so he got tested, and the test came back positive. Just a day ago, he was actually released from the hospital in Queensland, and he is now being self-quarantined in his own home. He took it to Instagram to say this: "We felt a bit tired, like we had colds and some body aches. Rita had some chills that came and went, slight fevers too." This meme has been going around, of course. I mean, Corona is going around and memes are also going around. Never travel with Tom Hanks. His ship got hijacked, this plane crashed, he got stuck at an airport, stranded on an island, and now he has the virus. You know what? Yeah, buddy, you got terrible luck. I am not traveling with you. Also, his son that I never knew he had, he released this video. He's talking about how his parents is doing fine and is encouraging everyone to be safe and spread love and kindness.
Yeah, it's true. My parents got coronavirus. Crazy. They're both down in Australia right now because my dad was shooting a movie down there. But I just got off the phone with them. They both are fine. They're not even that sick. They're not worried about it. They're not tripping, but they're going through the necessary health precautions, obviously.
Okay, moving on to number 5. We have Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro. He has tested positive after his communications with Chief Fabio, and he was tested for the virus because they were in close contact. He is currently under a lot of scrutiny though, as he seemed to not be taking the diagnosis very seriously. He was seen taking photos and shaking hands with the public at a protest in support of his political agenda. Not trusting his original results, he's currently waiting for a second test to come back. His diagnosis came back just a few days after meeting with President Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago multiple times, who was at the same meeting since he has tested positive. So we're gonna have to wait and see how long it takes for Donald Trump's test to come in, and the chances of it being positive, it's actually kind of good because he's been in contact with others who have tested positive. Taking the number 4 slot is yet another NBA player, Christian Wood. A week after the Detroit Pistons played against the Utah Jazz, Wood's test came back positive. Wood had spent a majority of the game paired up with Gobert, so we've talked about Gobert, we know the whole situation. Gobert was probably just coughing all over him, and that's probably where he got the disease from. But you know what, although he's not feeling any symptoms, he is still keeping himself in isolation to prevent further spread of the disease. In an Instagram post showing him dunking the basket over Gobert, he wrote, "The darkest nights produced the brightest stars." So hopefully this means that he is taking isolation well. In at number 3 is actress Olga Kurylenko, best known for her role as the Bond girl in Quantum of Solace. Kurylenko revealed on March 15th that she tested positive. In her Instagram post, she mentioned that she has actually been sick for about a week and that she had a fever and felt fatigue, and that's been her main symptom so far. She mentioned in a follow-up post that she is keeping herself isolated at home instead of at the hospital because they are already overcrowded, so they're prioritizing patients who are in more serious conditions. Number 2 goes to CALLUM Hudson-Odoi, another professional athlete, but this time from Chelsea's soccer team, has tested positive for the virus. Hudson-Odoi has stated that while he has recovered and shows no more symptoms, he is still continuing to self-isolate himself until he is cleared. He isn't letting his time in isolation go to waste. The Chelsea soccer team's Twitter account, they tweeted out a video of his workout while he's been stuck at home. At least it sounds like he'll be ready to get back into the season if it resumes anytime soon. And finally, at number 1 is a cruel twist of fate. We're actually talking about UK's health minister, Nadine Dorries. She's been tested positive for the virus. Since being tested, she has been keeping herself at home under isolation, but just a few days before her diagnosis, Doris was in close contact with quite a few members of the British Parliament, including the Prime Minister Boris Johnson. I'm wondering what sort of impact this is going to have on the British government, because it's clearly spreading in the government right now. There's just something especially apocalyptic about a literal health minister being infected with the virus. I mean, this is slowly shutting down the world. It's insane when the person who is an expert of this kind of stuff, of health, and she got infected by the virus. It's just a very scary time. And there you guys have it. This was the top 10 celebrities who have been infected by the virus. Let me know in the comment section below any other famous people that I've missed. I might make a part 2 of this. And don't forget to tell me where are you guys from and how are you guys affected by this virus. Let me know in the comment section below. I was your host for this one, Landon Dallasing, and I'll see you all in the next most amazing top 10 video.